Feels good to win. And I told those guys in the room, I've never been more happy and more proud of a group of guys that fought back from a bad first half of football. Thought they played a solid second half. They gave ourselves a chance to win at the end. That's all that counts. We won.
Coach, can you just talk about those conditions and how crazy they were at that one point in the game?
They were crazy, but both teams were playing in the same conditions, you know. And we made a mistake just before the half, and it falls back on us as coaches to make sure we're in the best situation, and then we got to execute. And you know, when things like that happen, it's just bad. We got to make sure we make plays when we get opportunities.
Can you talk about your defense today, that you give up that one bad play before the half and they don't score a touchdown?
I know, it was disappointing for those guys. They played hard, you know, and again, you know, they ran a play right through the middle. You know, we were expecting more of a shot. You know, he caught it underneath us and was able to kind of run to the end zone. You know, and again, we got to make sure we see what's happening, we break to the ball, and we make plays.
Ron, given the conditions, Cam didn't have the kind of numbers that he did, but protected the ball. I don't think you guys had a turnover, just another sort of step in his maturity.
Very much so, and especially in these conditions, to be able to control, you know, what we do offensively and to handle situations, circumstances is huge. I mean, the young man is developing, and we're going to have days like this. You know, maybe the weather won't be as bad, but you know, we most certainly will have days where we're not getting, you know, making the play we want to make. But a lot of guys stood up and made some plays, and very proud of this group of guys.
Coach, can you talk about your two tight ends? I mean, in the conditions like this, and then to have those two guys out there to do that?
Well, the two things that we did was, you know, we did go to the tight ends a little bit more, and we did use the backs. Screen pass was big for us, and running the circle route over the middle a couple times, and then Steve catching the ball going across the formation as well. You know, and again, as one of the things that Chud said, you know, that just in the circumstances, he really felt that, you know, Cam had to be aggressively patient today, and he was at times maybe a little too aggressive, but you know, that's what we're going to get. That's what the young man is, and that's what our offense is. We're going to attack downfield.
Were they in too deep a lot of the game, at least early on?
Well, they played too deep. They played two man. They played single free. They played quarter halves a couple times on us. You know, and at that point, the way they mix it up, you just got to make sure you make the right reads and make the right decisions.
Could you talk about your defensive effort? You lost 3 starters before the game, and you lost a starter during the game.
Well, you know, the guys played hard. We talked about what we had to do in terms of not giving up big plays. You know, and unfortunately, there were 2 big plays at the end of the half. And that was disappointing because, for the most part, we continued. We kept it in front of us. We didn't allow the big, long throw, you know, with the exception of the one just before the half. And that's disappointing. And again, like I said, I feel bad for the defensive guys because they played their hearts out. They gave us everything we could. And that's what we need. You know, as I told the guys, we didn't play very smart at the end. We need to correct that.
Were you suggesting, Ron, that the call wasn't
I'm suggesting that the whole situation and circumstances, we didn't do the best we could. I'm not going to put it on anybody. I'm putting it on us. We're a team. Win or lose, good or bad, we win or lose, and we do good and bad as a team.
You guys, at the end of the game, had a lot of guys down the depth chart on defense making plays. Thomas Williams, the last play. Is that what's going to need to happen with you guys now?
Very much so, and you know, it's something that, you know, that's part of the nature of the game. That's why you keep these guys, because they're guys that when somebody gets hurt, they got to step up and make plays. You know, we did some good things offensively, did some good things defensively. Special teams, we did some good things. You know, we've got a couple of knucklehead penalties on special teams, but for the most part, we were doing what we were supposed to.
On the final time you had the ball, were there any thoughts of maybe going for the long field goal, or were you planning on punting all along?
No, we were gonna punt. We wanted to do as much of the clock. You know, we had a great coverage job by Captain Monroe, and unfortunately, he just ricocheted off into the end zone. I mean, with exactly what we were hoping to get. You know, and try to make them go 99 to beat us. I think again, it goes back to what these guys did, how our guys played, and you know, they gave us everything that they could.
Have you heard any more on Gamble?
No, nothing yet. You know, he got dinged, and you know, again, we're following the rules, and so the young man went off and wasn't feeling good. We just kept him off the field.
Ron, can you talk a little bit more about Cam? But early, he seemed like he was throwing a lot of balls high.
He was high, and again, you know, this is an emotional football player. He's you know, just got to learn to control himself, take a deep breath. He'll zero in. He made again. If they weren't high, they'd have been good completions. I mean, make good decisions. Again, just, you know, every now and then that's going to happen. Quarterback's going to have good and bad days. Unfortunately, this was one of his bad days.
At the end, though, in the fourth quarter, he gets the touchdown drive.
Well, you know, I tell you what, he settled in and made some good decisions. Again, he just continues to do that. and gives us a chance to win. If we can give ourselves a chance to win, I think we're gonna win a few more.
Ron, not counting any snow games, but have you played or coached in conditions like they were
Yes.
there? You have.
Yeah, I mean, that's, you know, that's the nature of it. And of course, Marty Hurdy's gonna remind me that, you know, we did practice 4 days in the rain, so it paid off at the end.
Is there any way to prepare or change the game plan in the middle of it when you get a deluge like that? How does it affect
Oh, yeah,
you?
I mean, it will affect it. I mean, they obviously went to their power running game, you know, but we are what we are, you know, and that is, we are a vertical attacking offense. You know, we want to get the ball downfield in chunks, you know, and one of the things that we did do was we started going to the screen pass, we started going to the check downs, we started working the tights a little bit more over the numbers.
Did you feel the run game took a step today, though, got a little better?
I think it did, and again, it's all about opportunities, you know, and as our team develops and we get better and better at things that we do, the running game will kick into gear.
Talk about Stewart's effort today, Jonathan.
It was great. I mean, I thought our backs played well. I thought having Felton up as a lead blocker when we went 21 personnel was solid. You know, he's a guy we brought in, and has been just, you know, gaining ground as our fullback. I thought Jonathan did a nice job running, especially on the counter. We call it scissors. He cut it back, and there was a nice crease, you know, in the scoring drive. So, you know, there's some really good things that go on with our running backs. You know, our backs out of the backfield catching screens and cut back runs. I mean, we got a group of men that, you know, in this league, you got to have 2 quality running backs, and we do, and we're very fortunate.
What did you, what did the ref tell you on the 60-yard play you guys had at the end of the half and and Jonathan's crazy flip?
Was his elbow. He had put the elbow down. You know, if he had been able to just keep the elbow off and just roll like he did, I mean, it would have been good. But, you know, again, that's part of the rules, and they saw it and it got reversed, unfortunately.
You seem pretty low key for your first
Well, like
win.
I said, it's great to have my first win, but truthfully, it's about those guys in the room. It really is. These guys have been through a lot, and I'm really happy for them. I mean, believe me, you have no idea. This is a group of men that wanted something good to happen for a long time, and they've got it. Okay?
Ron, can you talk about the decision to go for 2 points? Were you just thinking maybe 2 field goals for them might tie? What was the going through your mind there?
Well, you wanted to have to make them kick the extra point to beat you. If we kick the extra point there, we're up by 5. They score a touchdown, game over. They score a touchdown, we have a chance to block the kicker for them to miss it. And that was the idea behind that. That's why we did it. Okay, thank you guys, and again.